Hi everyone, it's Janet McNally of Live Playground Coaching here, and today I have the wonderful Jessie May, such an inspiring coach who I have been fortunate to be in connection with when she found me on Live Playground Coaching. Jessie is a successful entrepreneur who used to have a clothing line that was stocked in over 400 stores throughout North America, including stores like Fred Segal. Her clothing had inspiring messages on that, and with that got her to really look at what she wanted it to do in her heart, which actually brought her forward or brought her into the coaching world. I'm delighted to have her here today. Hello, Jessie.
Hi, Janet. It's so wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Jessie, you have just launched a show called The Sunny Side Up. The name
Right.
the name is absolutely wonderful. Give us a bit of background about yourself, your journey, and Sunny Side Up. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Um, I'll tell you a little bit. I had a clothing line for many years, which I launched and which was a passion initially with the intention of inspiring people through the messages and the colors and the radiance of the clothing and the pieces, which I really wanted to offer as far as providing a message through the clothing. And what happened over the growth of the company, which was successful, is I felt like my vision got lost in translation, and I was no longer, my spirit inside was suffering, and there was something deeper calling me. So life coaching had been introduced to me through a friend who'd sent me an article who said, you'd be great at this. And I remember it was at the peak of everything sort of really kicking off. And, I put it aside, but it resonated. Something in me was really lit up. And so when I just was, at a point where I could have grown the company further, or I could have taken another step, which was what was really calling me forward, I actively pursued life coaching and went and did some studying in that. I had a background in communication, so I had some of that already. I knew how much I loved working with people, inspiring people, and that was really the calling. So I've now been coaching for a little over 4 years and actively for the past one, and I just love it. I mean, I work individually with clients, I work with groups, I have my group soul shops, as I call them. And I just launched my Sunny Side Up radio show, which is really exciting and something I've been wanting to do for a long time. That kicked off in November, and it's all about living on the sunny side up.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's just been beautiful. I share a lot of the inspiration and the themes that I offer in my coaching through the show. I've just now recently began a guest series, which is very exciting.
I know, and you're going to share with us who your phenomenal guest was
Yes,
this week.
indeed. I was very overjoyed to welcome Marianne Williamson, who is one of my favorite mentors. I know, very excited about that. And she was on my show just this past Monday, which was such a blessing and such a gift. And really, I go, and I'm very fortunate to experience her lectures. I go every Monday night. She speaks here in Los Angeles, and she's really one of my absolute favorite teachers and mentors. And so it was really wonderful to get her on the show, and that kick-started a whole series of guests that I'm going to be launching.
Yeah.
I've got some great people lined up.
I'm very excited about that, and you're going to share a bit more about that towards the end of our conversation.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear who else is on the list. Now, Jessie, I mean, what I love about you is like you and I have similar paths. I mean, in the sense of I was in business as well, but I was in the corporate world, and it was like,
Yeah, I hear you.
robot, wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't, there wasn't this sense of, joyfulness, etc. But getting into business, and I think this is a message, like kind of this is for people out there who are considering going into coaching, or they're looking at this as a change for them. We're both blessed to have had success in it.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
Did you ever have challenges at the beginning? Because I mean, one thing for you is that you've been really successful from word of mouth. Like, you
Right.
actually haven't had to do a lot of marketing compared to
Right.
all of us out there that are, desperately wanting to be on page one of Google, no matter,
Right.
like, no matter what. Um, Tell us about how you started off, and that word of mouth. I mean, people are naturally drawn to you. Um, but what were some of the things that what were some of the, say, challenges or frustrations that may have
Right.
you been were presented with, that you pushed through,
Right.
or
Right.
techniques that these coaches out there, the aspiring coaches that are out there, that they could hear from you, that will give them the
Right.
courage
Yeah.
to go for it.
Take it. I love it. Well, that's a great question. And that does show up because I actually work with a lot of people who are aspiring to be and setting up their own practice. And so it's a really good question because it can be daunting. And, I've certainly experienced some of that myself when I began. I have to say the passion is so key. So
Hmm.
really knowing that this is a calling, which all of the people that I've really come into contact with who want to coach really do feel that calling. So that's important to really keep at the forefront.
Yeah.
The essence and the importance of self-care as well, which may sound,
Yeah.
like a sort of less important aspect, but it's the key. Because if we allow ourselves to sort of succumb to the fear, then, we represent that when we're projecting or when we're putting out there what we want to be doing, people
Yeah.
pick up on that. So for